Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about 5 things to instantly improve your life.
There are some things you can do today, right now, this minute, that will make your life so much better and easier, and you don't have to buy anything. There's no payments to make.
There's no money involved.
Nothing. It's just simple mindset changes that will make a huge difference in your life. I mean, Blake and I honestly have been doing a lot of this lately, and it's helped tremendously in our business, in our personal life, in everything that we pretty much have been doing. So the first thing is, we just stopped comparing ourselves to others. So you guys, stop comparing yourself to the guy next to you, the guy at work next to you. I mean, you know, we all have different qualities. We're all good at something different. Find what works for you and do that very well.
This also goes for even if you're in high school, if you're in grammar school, if you're in college, you know, stop comparing yourself to your classmates, to your colleagues, to anybody. You know, if you start at an early age and you get this mindset that you're gonna be like the best at being you, dude, it's gonna be a lot easier. I mean, that's George and I, again, we're preaching this because we are actually doing it. And the second thing is realize that you are responsible for you.
There's so many people that, you know, tend to put the blame on others, or be like, well, if this person would have done this, then I would have been able to do that, or, you know, cut that shit out.
Yeah.
Realize that you need to take care of your own problems. No one really cares enough about you to take care of you. So if you realize that early on, you're gonna be much better off, and, you know, you're gonna be able to handle your own shit. You're not gonna blame people for other things that, you know, it might be other people's fault, sure, but there's nothing you can do about it. So the point of stressing about it really is...
It's not necessary.
No.
I feel like if you're responsible for you though, and you're gonna start showing others that, wow, you know, like George is kicking ass. He's like really doing it. So George and I, quick note, we split the company and he does his part, I do my part. You know, early on I seen that George was really giving his all, he was kicking ass, he was really, you know, focused on the company. He actually made me, you know, without even telling me, work harder just by seeing him do what he was doing, you know, because he was like being responsible for himself.
Exactly, and I mean, you know, not that Blake wasn't working hard at all, but if I was gonna go over there and complain and be like, Blake, you need to get on this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, like he would just be like, whatever, I don't care, he's just yelling at me the whole time and shut down, you know? So, you know, you gotta kind of lead by example, do your own stuff, get in your lane, take care of your part, and, you know, hope everybody picks up the slack. And even if you can help pick up the slack for other people, that's gonna come out in a long way. You know, your boss is gonna see it, your coworkers are gonna see it. Even if you're helping out somebody that doesn't see it and kind of takes advantage of you, other people are gonna notice. And next up on our list is, you guys gotta listen more, you know? Shut your mouth, listen to people talk. You know, people, I've heard only wait about 30 seconds into someone telling them a story before they start giving their opinion.
That's true. I mean, and that's a pet peeve of mine, you know, because I feel like I do think I'm a great listener, and that's something I pride myself in.
Self-proclaimed great listener.
I am. I'm a great. I've been told once or twice I'm a great listener, but you know, I hate to be interrupted as well.
Yeah.
So I think it's just best sometimes if you just allow others to talk.
Right.
And you become a listener.
Sometimes people just want to vent. They don't want you to answer or solve their problems, which some of us have a tendency to want to fix everything and just hop right on and be like, well, if you do this, it'll get better. And you know, that's not necessarily what all people want or need. Sometimes they just want somebody to listen. They want to bitch for a couple minutes, and then, you know, it's over and they feel better. You don't even have to do anything. It's less work for you if you just let people talk and you just listen.
Dude, that's so true. I mean, that's so true. I mean, this could be from your brother, your sister, your girlfriend, your wife,
your mom,
your husband, your mom, your business partner, anybody. Sometimes you just have to listen.
And the next one, guys, you kind of got to realize that life is a struggle no matter what. You know, either you're working 80 hours a week, making tons of money, but you're not having, you know, you don't spend enough time with family, or, you know, you have enough time to spend with family, but you don't have a job to work. So like, you know, everything is kind of a give and take and a push and pull. And I think in life, if you guys realize where you want to put your passion and your time, like if you're okay with not having money and you love family time, that's fine. So kind of work towards the goals that you want to fulfill throughout your life. I wouldn't necessarily recommend saying, oh, I want to buy a beach house, because, you know, you can attain that. Once you buy a beach house, you're just done. And then that's why kind of midlife crises come up and everything like that. So if, you know, if you guys can kind of set goals like, I want to be a better person, I want to have a better social life, those are easily goals you can achieve, which you don't have to measure, so to say. But, you know, if you go out and meet people, you're having a better social life. if you want to, you know?
Yeah, I know, you're right. I feel like this is something that we started even with Gent's Lounge. Like, we had small goals, but we had a bigger goal.
Right.
And the goal was to make the guy feel like he's a better man, you know, to make each other feel like we're better gentlemen. So even though we've seen some small success, I feel like we're not there yet, and there's still, you know, a ways to go.
Exactly. I mean, the whole goal of Gent's Lounge was to make guys better guys, and I think, you know, we're starting to do that. We're starting to gain a little bit of traction, and people are recognizing the goal. Thank you so much. Hit subscribe if you agree with that. But basically, it wasn't, you know, we're going to teach guys X, Y, and Z, and then we would be done. You know, we're still evolving as gentlemen as well.
Yeah.
Like I think I try to learn something new every week that I can. You know, I'll cook a new dish or learn a new cocktail or, you know, learn about a new type of spirit.
No, yeah, that's so true.
And our whole goal with that was we just wanted to learn constantly, and the fact that we can do that as a living and push the knowledge out into
push the knowledge out.
push the knowledge out into you guys. Sorry.
I was thinking sexual. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, and the fact that we can take that knowledge and then give it to you guys is just an added bonus that we get to do this for a living, and it's just an amazing thing, which I think if you guys figure out bigger goals, more general and attainable goals that don't rely on other people's reactions, you'll be much more happier as a person. And last but not least, this kind of encompasses the whole video in general, but stop giving a fuck. Like, I guess I would have to say, choose your fucks to give wisely. So, you know, if you give a fuck about somebody who honked at you on the freeway, or the person at the grocery store that gave you a dirty look, or a waiter that didn't bring you water fast enough, like, your life is going to be pretty shitty.
No, I mean, that goes for with other people, but also even yourself. Like, if you feel like if you break a glass and you're pissed at yourself for breaking a glass, you know, fuck it, it happened, dude. Like,
yeah.
Get over it. You know, if you get a bad haircut one week, because you've been there, I've been there.
Yeah.
Fuck it, get over it.
Like,
you know?
it grows back.
It grows back, yeah. I mean.
And I mean, at this point, once something has actually happened, there's really not much you can do about it but decide on how you are going to react to it.
Yeah.
And if you can react to it positively, which I'm not saying that all reactions need to be positive, like obviously there's some tragic shit that happens that
I agree.
is terrible and you should feel sad or whatever, but choose those moments that are actually worth it to put your time and energy into worrying or caring about.
Sometimes it may not make you a better person, but it will put you in a different mindset.
You know, there's only so much you can do about how other people feel about you, and at some point you just gotta live your life and give a fuck about the things you want to give a fuck about, and kind of let the rest of it go. So hope this was helpful, guys. That was kind of 5 tips that we used that drastically improved our life over the last 6 to 8 months that we've been really focusing on, and hopefully this was helpful to you. If it was, you know, leave us a comment below. Maybe speech would be our next.
Dude, I fucking mumble, bro.
All right. So if this was helpful, leave us a comment below. Let us know what you think. If you want us to do more videos like this, we'd love to. They're a lot of fun for us. I mean, I know it's a little different than the fashion stuff we normally do, but thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe, like us on Instagram at Gents Lounge, hashtag your pictures, hashtag Gents Lounge, and thanks, guys.